Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peek's Peak. Today, I am back up here at the cabin because I am just about ready to start putting some siding on this cabin. Now, this afternoon, Caden is over playing with his cousin. He's not home, and I've tried to avoid working on the cabin without him, but there have been a couple of days where I feel like I need to make some progress, and he's been gone, so I've gone ahead and got started. And today, I want to put the first few pieces of siding on and kind of get our method down. So I figure I can get that done without him, kind of learn what I'm doing. That way when he gets here to help me, then I'll have a process down and I can explain to him how we're going about this, and we'll move on. So that'll probably also be a part of this video because we're not going to get very far today. Here is our awesome load of poplar lumber, and I think I'm afraid to break the strap on it because I'm on a little bit of a hill and I'm afraid it's going to fall over. So I think what I'm going to do is put a strap over it before I cut that. Hold on to your butts. Piece of siding. Look at that. Pretty wood. We're going to put our first poplar siding board on, and our lumber's still green. My goodness gracious, there are lots of wasps around here. I don't know where they all came from, underneath the porch probably, but I think I needed to bring me some spray. Ooh. I'm gonna put one nail in to hold it so I can talk to you guys. Okay, now, there's a reason I just put one nail in the center. Because our poplar siding is still green. And I've talked to several people about how to go ahead and make progress with our green wood because it's gonna shrink. And we don't wanna split the wood, we don't want enormous gaps and air blowing in when we're done. Talked to my buddy Justin who has a sawmill. Talked to Brock over at Rock Hill Farms. Talked to the guys we bought the lumber from. Everybody was in agreement that to do board and batten siding like we were doing, what we want to do is go ahead and put the boards up with one nail in the center of the board on each stud, or girders in this case. I'll put, you know, a nail in each girder as we go down through here, right in the center of the board. Once we get all the boards on, and we're going to put them all the way tight together, as tight as we can get, over time, they're going to shrink, and there'll be a gap that forms in the middle. But where we're doing board and batten, and we're going to put strips, like 2-inch strips over the seams, that will act as kind of a block for the gaps. So it doesn't really matter how much they shrink and how big the gap gets because it's going to be covered up with that strip. And two, it will hold these boards in place. What we can do once they dry is go back through if we feel like we need to and put more nails in it. But if you put multiple nails on each girder, as it shrinks, you'll end up with cracks or splits in your wood where it shrinks and pulls and the nails stay in place. So that's how we're going to approach this. We're going to go ahead and shoot some more nails in this and get on with the show. All right, let's get our next one cut. Well, so I got a few boards on, kind of got a process figured out. I know where I'm headed, but I'm gonna tell you, because I was counting on Geniverse to power my job site, there are certain tools that I planned on using for this job that I can't use now. So my air stapler and my corded jigsaw, my corded reciprocating saw, can't run any of those things up here. And I didn't have battery powered tools. So I guess what I'm gonna go do is go buy a bunch of new tools so that I can keep working on this job because I need to be able to use those tools up here and I don't have any power. So I am quickly becoming less of a fan of electric products and solar power. I don't know, maybe we can work it out. Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peek's Peak. Today, Caden and I are back up at the cabin, and we are putting some siding on. I kind of mentioned that I came up here the other night by myself and was going to try to get some work done, and work was halted because the Geniverse quit. This is like the third time that progress has been shut down completely because it wouldn't work right. Wouldn't come on, wouldn't kick on. I took it down to the house, worked on it, plugged it in, tried to charge it. None of that stuff seemed to work. So I decided, well, I can't wait for their customer service to write me back and find out what's wrong with it and just stop on the cabin altogether. So I ordered another manual staple gun, and I ordered me a battery-powered reciprocating saw. Now, what I needed was a jigsaw, really, but I felt like I could get more use out of this doing other things, and I could get by using it to cut out the things that I would need a jigsaw for. So I ordered these two tools so that I could continue progress. Well, they came in today, so we came up here to get to work. I checked the Geniverse, kicked it on, and the thing turned on and starts working. I don't know that it will continue to work, but I have batteries charging on it right now. I'm just gonna, keep you posted on the whole process. So hopefully, don't shoot one in there. Hopefully their customer service will write me back soon, and they'll do whatever they need to get the thing working right, because when it's working right, it's awesome. But when you're depending on it and it doesn't work, well, that's a pain. And it's not like a gas engine that I can just tinker with and fix. I don't know the electronics, so there's nothing I can do on that. Anyway, we are going to get back to work on this. The first board I've got to cut out is for right above the door there, and we'll use our new tools to do that. Yeah, we should make a little bit of progress on the front today. Well, we didn't get very far before we had to change of plans. Cameron just called and transmission's out on his truck, so he's about 3 miles from the house. We're gonna take a tow strap and pull him home, I guess. All right, we towed him home. I wonder at what speed he starts to get uncomfortable. I think he's gonna pass me. Oh, wait. So I asked the sawmill to cut me 10-inch wide boards, 12 foot long, and man, covered ground quick with a 10-inch wide board. Now we'll have to go back and cover all of our seams, but I'm either gonna have to work out fixing the Geniverse so I can run the table saw up here, or I'm gonna have to rip some boards down at the house in order to get done what we want to get done. But either way, right now, I'm just gonna get this front wall finished up. All right, Caden, come here. I need you to shoot a nail in this while I hold it up, because I let that one fall just a little bit and I don't like the way that looks.
Where?
So you can shoot it in this stud right here, right in line with that one, right in the center. It's good. Fire. Good job. Now, let me explain to you why we're just shooting one nail in the center and not putting them out on the edges, because this wood is really fresh. In fact, these were probably trees standing in the forest a couple of months ago. And you know what they call that when the wood's really wet? They call it green. Wood, as it dries out, it shrinks. So when you buy wood at Lowe's or somewhere like that, they dry it in a kiln so that it won't shrink anymore. But when you buy it from sawmill, you have to let it dry before you use it. All right, Caden, I've got a job for you. All right, so here's what I want you to do. We've got lots of scrap lumber laying everywhere. And these 2x4s are, everybody makes fun of me for saying 2x4s. These 2x4s, these 2x4s, we'll be able to use those for different things. So stack them in the corner here. And hold on, get all your instructions here, bro. As I cut, I'm about to cut another end off of these, but these 3-foot pieces that are off of the ends of these, we're going to use them for the top up here. So stack them next to the 2x4s in the corner here.
2x4s?
In the 2x4s, right? And then all these little things, start stacking them up, carrying them over, and throwing them in a pile over there next to the far pit. That's right, next to the far pit. do you think, man?
It's complete.
I mean, the front wall is anyway.
Front wall is.
Except, I mean, we still got to cover our seams, but
No, we still have to do that little board right there.
yeah, I didn't do that because we don't have the table saw up here to rip one the exact right width. So I just left that one, and we'll measure that and rip it when we either get the Geniverse working or we get a few of them to cut, and we'll set up the table saw down at the house and rip them the right width. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way around and get all the boards on, and then I will rip my 2-inch strips to go over all the seams, and then we'll come up and start putting those on. That'll go pretty quickly. The next thing I've got to do is I got to get some flashing for the roof where the front section has that wall, and put some flashing on there so that I can finish putting those boards across the top. So I think that's what I'll do next. I'm gonna make a note before I go down of what supplies I need to pick up. I'm pretty excited about what it's looking like, man. I like it. It's gonna look official when we get her all sided up. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. We appreciate y'all watching. And don't forget, get out and enjoy God's creation. It's beautiful out here. Y'all have a good day.